All right, so I'm back, and as I just said, I'm live. So what are we doing tonight? Well, we're going to talk about some movies that want to fall under a couple categories. One that either need a Blu-ray release, need a better Blu-ray release, or that I particularly don't have on Blu-ray that I really need to upgrade. And this topic kind of came about because of news that happened this week. So this week, Warner Archives came out with their Halloween releases, their Halloween news, and for a lot of us, it was really, really big news. So for a long time, you could only get Satanic Rites and Dracula 8072, usually on multi-packs, kind of like really, really not good editions of the films. So a while back, when I actually managed to score a Dracula 8072 with an actual release, with a very cool looking cover, and this is actually one of my favorite of the later Dracula films. I was super, super stoked to get it. It was like one of the later Dracula films, one of the ones that the Hammer ones you could never find on. It was always on like multi-packs. It was always like put somewhere else. It was crappier quality. So to get an actual cool release of this was really big news. And of course, this is the one with Stephanie Beacham in it. This is the one that I remember really well from when I was younger. It was pretty readily accessible, but usually in crappy quality copies. The same with Satanic Rites Dracula. Satanic Rites is probably my least favorite of the Hammer Dracula films, but saying least favorite of the Hammer Dracula films is still saying a lot, because Hammer's Dracula was it kicked ass. They brought the Gothic characters into and did them with blood and color, and before they'd only been like Universal, and Universal had done the black and whites with Bela Lugosi and all that type of stuff, John Carradine. So when Hammer came out and he had like the big busted Buddhist girls with the looming like aristocratic looking Christopher Lee, and the super energetic Peter Cushing, then yeah, it was something to get excited about. So when Dracula 8072 and Satanic Rites of Dracula both were announced this week that they're coming from Warner Archives with Blu-ray editions, I got pretty excited. It was one of the only things I tweeted about recently, and I don't tweet as much as I really should, I guess. But if you haven't seen this, it's actually a really fun movie. And the beginning of this film would make an excellent Dracula film. There's an opening to this film that kind of like segues into modern times, as at 1972, 8072. And it's really, really good. There's this fantastic carriage fight between Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, between Van Helsing and Dracula, and it ends fantastically. And he gets killed in an amazingly fabulous way. And it's the opening of the film. It's the pre-credit sequence, if I remember correctly. And so this thing is finally getting a blue, and it's Satanic Rites. So Satanic Rites is fun. It has got Joanna Lumley in it. It's fun, but it's not great. But one thing I wanted to say is that Dracula 8072 and Satanic Rites of Dracula, finally, we have we're getting Blu-ray releases of each of these. And as you can see, I'm still going to be holding on to this one here for quite a while, because I need to pick up those two. I need to suck up to my better half and mention Dracula is something we can watch together. Hey, Scaredy. It's always my cat's down here. So I apologize that I did not get to do a video on Saturday night. I'm actually not feeling well right now. I'm actually on cold medication as we speak, but I wanted to make this video here for you guys, and I think maybe I made it a bit too late because not a lot of people are showing up. So we'll see how it goes. But what I wanted to do is I want to talk about some stuff that most of it horror that I think really deserves a Blu-ray release, and some movies that I don't have on Blu-ray that have Blu-ray releases that I really want to pick up. So Dracula 8072, and somewhere I've got a crappy version of Satanic Rites, probably under Dracula's Vampire Brides or something like that. It always has some alternate title that it uses. Usually on one of those horror classics collections or something like that. So But before I went into that, I want to show you something kind of cool and something kind of different. So for people that came on, congratulations and thank you for coming to this video, and especially this late in the night. There is a Montreal Film Festival that goes on every year. Well, there's a big one, but there's like a short film festival too, and it's Spasm. There's a festival Spasm, and they do like a lot of different stuff. But one of the things that they put out is like our horror shorts. So one year when I was at the Montreal Comic Con, I decided I was going to pick up some of those shorts. Now a lot of these were in French. Some of these are silent and they're short, so it really didn't matter whether I could speak French at the time or not. French is a language that I do want to learn, and I thought I'd show you this. It's actually kind of cool. So the way this was done was this was the box that it came in, but they had it done in a unique way in that you could go out and you could pick out like whatever Spasm releases that you wanted. So you made your own box set. This was on the cover, but this wasn't necessarily what was there. And certain ones got like taken quickly. So I'm just going to go over what I got in here. Now, one I got from another table. And there's another Spasms one that I got that's not horror, and I can't remember where I got that pot right now. So I do apologize that I don't have that one here. But this is one that is a kind of a fun one. I don't think this is a Blu-ray release, so this actually kind of fits in with the category and what I'm doing right now. Cat is like right there at my feet. He's with me all night actually. And this one is a Demon Divas and the Lane of Damnation, which I'll show you this one before I get to them. So as you can see, there's like some Scream Queens there. I guess the most famous would be Brink Stevens. Debbie Rochon's there. Amy Lynn Best is actually the one that autographed this. So you see that autograph there, that's actually Amy Lynn Best, if you know she is. So it's just a little fun film I picked up during the Horror Fest, and actually there's like the thing for the Montreal Comic Con Horror Fest. So see, the Montreal Comic Con and Montreal Horror Fest used to be like an entity that worked together. And a while back, the Horror Fest separated from Montreal Comic Con, but they haven't come back since. But anyway, this was like the kind of the bonus one I got. I paid more for this one than I did for the whole box set actually. And so the first one wasn't like actually I don't think you call this one horror. It's weird. It's not really horror, but it's kind of weird, and it's got English subtitles. So that was kind of a cool one for here. And that one is the Bern, Paris, Bern. So I'm not sure if you're aware of this film or if you've seen it or not, but I definitely recommend that it's different, and it's kind of worth checking out. My kitty cat's the only one here with me tonight. Unfortunately, sadly, my movie club cannot join me tonight, and I'm a little sad about that actually. But one person here that that for good reason is not here tonight, more than likely, is a good friend of mine on here, and is a constant commenter is Mr. James Hayes. And James just recently lost his dad, and my condolences go out to him and his family right now, because that's something that's really hard and difficult to go through. And I just cannot imagine it. But I really do. My heart goes out to him, because he's a really nice guy, and hopefully, if he needs anything or he needs to talk anything, he just lets me know, because I'm here. But condolences to James, because it's really rough when something like that happens, when you lose like a parent. But just back on the slightly horrific horror like side is Bern, Paris, Bern. And I love this cover. I love the way this is done. It's got like a very comic bookish cover. I don't know if I've actually really watched all this one yet, because it got stuck in with this one here, and I usually watch the other ones. I'll watch the what we would call the can't wait for the new Satanic Rites of Dracula Blu-ray. Marcus, I was actually just talking about that. Satanic Rites of Dracula and the Dracula 8072 are both getting Blu-ray releases. Now, I think in another part of the world, Dracula 8072 may have already had a Blu-ray release, but I don't think it did here. But I do kind of want to have both of them. I do have most of the other Dracula ones. Not all of them on Blu-ray. There's still a lot that I have to get. I've got Horror of Dracula, And I've got Dracula Prince of Darkness. I'd love to have Scars on Blu-ray. That's my favorite of the Hammer Dracula films. But I'm very excited that Warner Archives announced these. This is a really big announcement. So what I'm talking about right now is I got to talk about the Spasm, which is a Montreal Film Festival. Hey, guy, how's it going? So new Nicolas Cage. I heard Mandy's awesome. I haven't seen it yet myself, so don't put any spoilers in there. But I heard it's like a mind kind of like freaky experience. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of seeing these here like Spasm ones. So they're short films, right? That were at the Spasm Film Festival. These are all the horror ones. So this is volume 2. And some of these are like will have like language French, but some of them will have like English in it. But a lot of these are like shorts, and you don't really need it. And one of these days I'm going to learn French. But this one's pretty cool. Because this is the volume 3 right here. I love this cover, by the way. I love their covers. I love the way they do these things. And as you can see, there's some animation there. There are like some claymation stuff, but they'll all be horror shorts. And some of them actually are pretty cool. Even have like a few like what you call it? They have like kind of like indie like horror music videos show up in some of these things here. But the one with the coolest cover and one of the most fun ones is this one right here. And look at the back. Tell me you would not want to see this one right here. That looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm a huge fan of these shorts, and I think some of these here actually have some would actually have some English on it. And if they don't, then and something I don't understand, well, my better half speaks many more languages than I do. So the Spasm set. If you ever get to Montreal and you get to a Montreal Comic Con or go there when they're having any of the festivals, definitely check out Spasms. Check out the guys. They do really good work, and they had like horror and comedy and action, science fiction, all that kind of stuff. So whatever you're into, you find a little bit of everything there with the Spasm guys. So, what I want to get into today is some movies that I think need Blu-ray editions that I need to upgrade to Blu-ray edition of, or I think just need a better Blu-ray edition. And you guys can let me know if any of these here that I show you, I'll say if they have like a Blu-ray edition or not. But if I miss out on one that does have Blu-ray edition, please let me know. But first off is a little slasher film that you can see my cat in the background slightly. You can see its tail anyway, called Shredder. Now, Shredder was something of kind of an anomaly. It came out at a time when like slasher films really weren't that popular anymore. It kind of came really at the wrong time. And it's not a great movie, but look at this cover. It would be fun to like have like maybe a commentary, maybe an interview. I'm sure that some of the cast there aren't doing a lot. And what is probably most famous about the movie Shredder here is that it's Aladdin, actually. I'm pretty sure, if I have this correct, I think it's the guy that played Aladdin in the Disney movie. You know, the guy that voiced Aladdin is in the is one of the stars of this one here. I'd have to go back and rewatch it, and I will. I'm actually rewatching this one during my kind of my Christmas horror films. It's not a Christmas horror, but it's like a horror that takes place in the winter, so this will fit into my Christmas horror stuff. It is kind of a bad slasher movie, but I do tend to want to watch it, and it's something that I could see. And I was always surprised that Scream Factory never put out this one within their MGM release. Oh, guy, ask him. Do you know his name? Is it Scott? Is it Scott? Scott Winger? Is that it? Scott Wanger? Scott Winger? Wanger. Is it Scott? Hey, Jesse, how's it going? I was actually very excited talking earlier on tonight about the Satanic Rites of Dracula and Dracula 8072 coming to Blu-ray from Warner Archives. Definitely pick those up, guys, if you're Hammer fans and if you're horror fans and you like Dracula movies. Fun stuff. Right now I'm talking about some movies that I think need Blu-ray releases. And the cat who just took over my chair. So yeah, I'm very excited about that news. It's like I'm over the moon about the Kino stuff, and this is just like the icing on the cake. It really, really is. But definitely Shredder. I think this needs a Blu-ray release, a Scream Factory release. Give it a Scream Factory release. Give it a nice collector's edition. Get someone on it. Get the Hysteria That Lives guys or someone like that to do like a commentary. and get some behind the scenes footage, or like interview like some of the actors. I'm sure it's not gonna be hard to get the Shredder actors. Next up is one that's not horror, and I only have the first volume, but I would like to see this get a Blu-ray release. And I think I know the company that could do it. I think Vinegar Syndrome would be the place for this one here. And actually, this is one that came up by BCI. Hi there, Isaac. How's it going to this tonight? Oh, what are you doing? Hope to keep the Abyss get released. Those are ones that I would like to see get Blu-ray release. I can see the Abyss getting a really good Blu-ray release. The Keep is going to be a harder one to get out there, unfortunately. You are clawing me. But both of them deserve it. And just because I haven't said something like that, just please feel free to shout out ones that you think need a Blu-ray release. This one right here, I think Vinegar Syndrome would do a really good job if doing the Vice Academy ones. Several Criterions, they're releasing Sam Fuller's 40 Guns. Yeah, I heard that actually. I'm a big Sam Fuller fan, so definitely on my list. I don't know if I'm going to be getting it in December, but it's maybe something I'll wait for the sale, like the first sale of the new year for. But yeah, this is Ginger Lynn Allen, of course, who did a lot of like adult films, like Ginger Lynn, as under the name Ginger Lynn, and Linnea Quigley. The Crazy Custodians of Blu-ray release, but it's never even had a DVD release. A lot of films, unfortunately, there's so many films out there, Tim, that still don't have like releases like on any media past VHS. And every year we get like a few more that weren't on before, like through Vinegar Syndrome or some company like Scream, something like that, that kind of rescue it. But there's so many more that still need to be rescued. And these kind of like funny, cheesy, like action, sex comedies are actually underrepresented. And I think they do deserve release. So like, although I don't have them here, I would say Cynthia Rothrock, her films, have, cheesy as they are, they don't have it. It's a Bikini World. Yeah. So if you have not seen these, I do recommend them. They're actually really fun little films. I don't think they're that hard to get. Now, I think this is out of print, but I don't think it's one of the harder ones to grab. Unfortunately, this, like, one and two are on flipper discs, and number 3 actually gets its own disc. And actually, it has features. Like, there's, like, director's commentary, making of on it here. So it will be pretty easy for someone to grab the rights up for this one here and actually do, like, there's a second volume of these. I think there's, like, 6 of these movies. To do, like, a good Blu-ray release. And I would say, I'm looking at you, Vinegar Syndrome, because I know you guys could do it, and you could do it justice. And you could, like, do it out over. You could put, like, the first 1 or 2 on there. Ooh, really? See, Vinegar Syndrome just seems to me, Tim, like they are the perfect label for the Vice Academy films. And I would definitely buy them. This one has a Blu-ray release, but not the Blu-ray release it deserves. So, and I just have the old DVD release of this one. I'm waiting for like a really good edition of this to come out. I'm hoping that maybe Arrow. Wait a minute. This one does have, I do have the Blu-ray of this one. No, I got the DVD of this one. Hope that Arrow puts this one out on Blu-ray as well. And I've got like the Blu-ray, I got the DVD of this one on Arrow as well. But, sorry, I got mixed up there for a second. It needs a really good Blu-ray release. And it deserves it. It was probably what I consider not a great film, but one of the last like good Argento films. And that one is this one here. Oh, 13th Wolfman, we talked about the Warner Archives releases that are coming out of Satanic Rites of Dracula, and we also talked about the Dracula 8072, and we're talking about some movies that I think either need a Blu-ray release or need a better Blu-ray release than they've gotten out. So right now I'm at the Artisan one, Sleepless or Non Sono, I can't remember right now, but this is the Argento film that I think needs a really good release. It's, you know, we got Von Sato in here. That has a really kind of interesting, like, death on a train, like subway type of thing. And it's not as bad, like, as a lot of people let you on. It's not a fantastic release, fantastic film, but I do think it deserves a better release than it's gotten. I think it was maybe it was Trauma or something that ended up putting this out. If it does have a Blu-ray release at all, and it wasn't a good edition that came out, this one needs a decent release, like Scream Factory, who haven't touched on any of the really Italian stuff, not the really good Italian stuff, and the giallos. I'm really surprised that they haven't done that actually. Or maybe like Arrow can finally grab this one and put like a decent release out there, like they're doing with a lot of the other earlier Argento stuff. I'd like to see them do like some of the later Argento as well. And I love this cover, by the way. I think that this is a fantastic Fantastic artwork, fantastic alternate cover. If you've never seen this one, it's a fun little giallo. Again, it's not perfect, but definitely like to see it. Let's see more artists and films out there on Blu-ray. Sleepless. Yeah, it does. It deserves a better release, and I think it gets a bad rap. It's like definitely not the best one in the world, but still. Because you watch the rest later. Oh, Isaac, thank you for coming in, and I will talk to you later, man. I appreciate it. I didn't think we'd have anybody here tonight. For the first 10 minutes I was here, I think I had one viewer come on, and this is a really late night one, so I thought I'm going to do this one. It's going to be kind of like a list again, talking about like the archive stuff, and like actually doing a list video, kind of like for the because I felt bad that I didn't get one done last Saturday, and I'm like running here on cold medication, guys. So if anybody that just came in late, if I seem a little off my game, I do apologize. That's probably the reason. I don't think this one has a Blu-ray release. It took me a long time to find this film. You guys, does this one have Blu-ray release now? Haunting of Marilla. It took me a long freaking time to find this movie. I'd seen it on VHS for years, and when I finally came across the DVD of this one, I had to pick it up. I do like this film, actually. I don't think enough people have seen it, and I do think like maybe a nice Scream Factory release or even a Kino release would actually do worlds of good to for this film right here. Scorpion. Is it bad if I say I don't take that as like having a good release? Which the Horror Man. Actually, I do like the Horror Man, actually. We talked about movies that have never had a DVD or Blu-ray release. What's Corman so shout-outs now? Haha, shout! Get this one. If I say it, get this one, it's going to kind of rhyme. I do like the Horror Man, actually, but I really should have watched his videos before. I could have like cribbed a bit. That would have been so good. No, that's not good. That bad Aaron. But anyway, the Haunting Marilla. Apparently this is a Scorpion Blu-ray release. I like to see it get a more wide release, and you know, Scorpion does work. Like this is Corman. This is done by Jim Wynorski. So with Shout now apparently. So would love to see this one get a nice Blu-ray edition. Come on, Shout, do it well. Oh, they're gonna release them slowly, and I think that did the court case get settled with with Roger Corman's kids? Because I know that was the thing for a while. There's like an announcement about that, but I haven't been following it. I like Wynorski. You've probably spoke to him, right? Frankenstein's releasing Killing Kind. Honestly, I don't remember the Killing Kind. I can't tell you. So 13th Wolfman here probably will be able to give you guys like on the Killing Kind. I liked the releases. The Vinegar Syndrome. You've had him on the show. I gotta watch that one. I don't know if I've seen that one. And I like Wynorski too, so I definitely want to see that one. And he seems like a cool guy. And I don't think Alice Sweet Alice, Deadly Friend, that's another great one that does. I'm surprised it hasn't got one from, and especially from Scream. They did a lot of like Wes Craven stuff. But Alice Sweet Alice, otherwise known as Communion, that I think needs a Blu-ray release as well. I didn't bring that one over. But definitely like that needs a serious Blu-ray release. I still think. Now this next one I'm going to show you has a Blu-ray release. The next couple I'm going to show you actually have Blu-ray releases, but I don't have them. A Mausoleum is another great one. I've got like the DVD of that one here, and I definitely need that one. Star Trek: The Motion Picture. That's got Blu-ray releases, doesn't it? Don't all the Star Trek movies have Blu-ray releases? 4K release. I've not seen the Star Trek movies get 4K releases. So this is one that is actually very much available now to buy on Blu-ray, and it's not considered the best movie, but it's a little kind of it's what some people might call the word guilty pleasure, which I don't like to use because I don't like to feel guilty about anything that I watch. Not the director's cut. Oh, true. But that's wouldn't that be even longer? And if I'm one of the guys that actually went and saw like the movie in the theater, and it was long, man. It's really long. Just gonna say that. Stepford Wives was not his best work. 40th anniversary. We don't have it here yet, JL. Actually, it comes out next week. So I'm kind of excited. Hopefully I'm going to get it. I don't think his kids have a case. Plus, Show's getting Corman out, so Corman titles will happen just slowly. Since Show never made much out of them. See, I've got the... Tell you what, I'll bring over my Corman collection in a second. I'll show you guys. But it's ones that I love the Corman stuff. I'm a huge Corman fan, and I read the book like around like 8 or 10 times, you know, basically. I don't know if 13th Movement. I heard the 4K is amazing. See, I have not heard anything on it yet. Is it true? And maybe you know this, but that along with the 4K disc, yeah, Paramount is really cheap when it comes to that stuff. Along with the 4K disc, there's a Blu-ray in it as well, and it was supposed to be like the anniversary edition, but it might actually be the 2007 release of Halloween on Blu-ray. I don't know if that's true or not. I've just heard like rumors here and there, like off of different forums and stuff like that. I won't know unless I get it myself. Did anybody pick up the the Christine 4K release? I'm kind of interested in that, but just haven't had the time to grab it yet. But Psychomania, this is out on Arrow. The Arrow's got like a great Blu-ray, this one, and it's fun. So I definitely recommend you check it out. I only have the DVD release, so I want to get like the Blu-ray of this one. Yes, I know, I am not down. Steelbooks are nice. Steelbooks are fantastic, but come on. Stop with re-releases and do some stuff. Star Trek episode. Yeah, it kind of, for the first Star Trek film, it really seems like Robert Wise has never seen a Star Trek episode. It's not a bad movie. It's a slow movie, and it's not exactly what I wanted. Wrath of Khan is exactly what I wanted when it came to a Star Trek movie. Going to that was like, as being a big Trekkie growing up, it was the perfect Star Trek movie for me. It still is. I love Nicholas Myers. Yeah, Alice Sweet House recently came out. We don't have one here, I don't think, on this side of it, but I don't have it. So, like, Psychomania has a release, right? Like, this has a good Blu-ray release, but I don't have it. Search for Spock? I like Search for Spock, actually. I think it gets a bad rap. But, come on. I just love that. I know the next two have Blu-ray releases, but I just wanted to mention these, that ones that I want to upgrade down the road. So when you see me upgrade these, you know that why. So Psychomania, this is a good release. This is a Severin one. Next up is another one that recently got released, and this one is by Vinegar Syndrome. So if you guys have it, please let me know how it is, because I've got just the retro media edition of it, and it took me forever to find this one. So, thank you, 13 Movement. Somebody likes it. Sudden Fury. Ooh, I love Canadian. Exploitation, dude. I'm there, Jesse, all the way. So, Blood Theater with Mary Warnoff. This recently came out from Vinegar Syndrome. I haven't picked it up yet. It's one that I'm thinking of grabbing during the Vinegar Syndrome sale when they have it in November. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to grab this. Let me know, guys, what you thought of if you had the Blu-ray edition of this one here, let me know what you thought of it. Interested to see how this one's. You know, I haven't even watched this one since I got it. And I think I'm going to watch it over the Halloween break. So, well, not break, Halloween month. I'm a big Mary Warnock fan. And Blood Theater recently came out, so I just wanted to talk about that one. And the third one, the hard one for me to find, Prince of Darkness finally getting UK Blu-rays. Oh, you guys don't have Prince of Darkness yet? It's part of a double feature. Most more Warnock. I like more. That bad is, I'm not going to say a subjective term, but when you buy a lot of the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, like some of the stuff, you're going to get the hidden gems and stuff like that, but you're going to get ones that you know are bad, but they're bad in a good way. And I think Blood Theater kind of goes along that way. It's coming out in November. Prince of Darkness is one of my favorite, John Carpenter films, as I mentioned on here before. If you want, I'm buffering. Are my batteries going out? I know I'm using my iPad, so hopefully, it was raining earlier. Hopefully that's not going to affect it very much. I apologize if I'm buffering. Hopefully my mic's not crackling. You guys know. Let me know if any of that stuff happens. I'm doing my best. Hello, Liz. We are talking about some movies that need Blu-ray, some movies that got Blu-ray releases that I just don't have yet, and of course the Warner Archive announcements that I've mentioned 4 or 5 times on here: Satanic Rites of Dracula and Dracula AD 72, and I think they're going to be region free releases, so anywhere can get them. Oh, thanks, 30. Well, thanks. I was actually kind of worried about that. Eastern rain in California getting too hot during the day. Oh, we're starting to cool down. We've just started to cool down, and we got rain today, which we kind of needed. But I don't know. I'm kind of ready for the snow. I'm not gonna lie. No, that's sacrilege to say. This one has the Blu-ray release. I have not been able to find this anywhere across. I don't know. I'm not sure if the Scream Factory just released this one in the U.S. Because I haven't been able to find it yet. I've got the DVD release, and I would really like to upgrade it down the road. You ready for the rain? And that is Dog Soldiers. It's I'm not going to talk too much about it because I want to do a werewolf episode, like a werewolf-centric episode. So 13th Wolfman, definitely be there for the werewolf episode that I do. Oh, I loved Horror House on Highway 5. I'm not gonna. That's one of my favorite Scream Factory, releases. That's highly underrated. People always talked about well, I think it was called Hellbent or something like that. The other one he did, but I love Horror House on Highway 5. It's just got such a weird mix of everything, and it's never boring. It's always fun, and that's the cool thing about that. Lou Bunnell, Simon of the Desert. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we need. Do you guys have any here that you can think about? Because when I did this, I thought I'll do a short video, kind of like just get some stuff out there. There's so many movies that I think still to this day, it's weird. It is weird, but it's weird. Oh, really? Cyril Lamina is actually one of my favorite channels, and he's probably one of the channels that I think goes along. If you're watching a channel that you want that's something similar to what I do, I think that we do definitely our videos complement each other very well. I would think so. He's a fantastic YouTuber, and which says something good about me then, doesn't it? No, but no, I really do. I really think if you have not checked him out yet, please do. He's really, really good at what he does, and definitely I loved the videos that he did recently. A box full of Misty Mundane. Oh, thank you much. I used to have. You got what? Oh man. Okay, but Misty Mundane, did her stuff go on Blu-ray? Did any of it? I mean, her real name is Erin. Erin something, right? Did you interview her? 13 Wolfman. Tom Wacker. Tom Wacker on Scream. Was that one of the ones that they did in their that you could only buy from the website? I've got one up from the depths that was originally kind of a part of a DVD double pack, but they put it out as on its own in a Blu-ray edition, but they only put it out to buy from the website. Just the sleeves. Oh man, that sucks. Direct sale, yeah. I got the only one I got is up from the depths so far, because Scream Factory sales are really expensive. You remember? Oh, Miss Man, you haven't had a chance to interview. Yeah, actually, if they're the Wolfman, there's no idea. And if you do get interviewed because of this, say hi for me, Erin Brown. Yeah, she did some movies under her own name as well. It's too niche of a title. You'll get there. Now, here's one specifically that I really want, and I don't think this one has a Blu-ray. This is a 4-pack, by the way, but there's one in particular that I'm looking at, and that is, I like to see the whole series get one. This is Relentless. Now, Relentless, the first film, is very much a Judd Nelson-centric movie. Judd Nelson played I showed you the Brink Stevens. Brink Stevens would be awesome. I think you guys would do an awesome job, Brink Stevens. Hey, Isaac, welcome back. Have you seen the Relentless series? And this, of course, was really a Judd Nelson vehicle, but they ended up doing a few more of them. I think there's 3 or 4 Relentless films, and Leo Rossi kind of does over it. The Vagrant needs a release. Didn't The Vagrant have a DVD release? Did that? I don't think it's got a Blu-ray release though. Did it get I don't think it's got a Blu-ray release. But the Relentless series, if you have not seen them, I recommend them, especially this one right here. 7 Minutes from Fox. Russ Meyer could still use a DVD and Blu-ray here stateside. Yeah, Arrow did a DVD of it. I'd like to see it. I don't think I've seen the 7 Minutes. I don't have the Arrow release of it. See, let's say I got the first Relentless here. Screenplay of The Vagrant. I know they did put it on on a 4-pack, right? Because I'm sure I got it over there. One of their horror marathons. But Relentless is a fantastic little film. Anyway, so that's one that I think definitely deserves it. It's okay, baby. I think everybody's going to agree with me on this one, because I think this is one that almost every horror fan has wanted to get a release for a long time. The director is the owner of the company, so there. Is he really? Is that directed by... That is Lustig. You know, I never put that together. Thank you. I have never put that together. I've seen the Relentless movies umpteen million times, and not once have I recognized or realized that that's Bill Lustig's films. Or at least the first one is. I think if this one ever gets announced by a company, it's going to be a major coup. It's going to be something that's going to be talked about a lot, and we're going to hear a lot about it, like on podcasts. I'm sure that Brian Sauer and Stephanie Crawford would do it on theirs. I know that the Shockwaves guys would definitely do it on theirs. If this ever gets a Blu-ray release, this is one of the ones that one of my most wanted movies on Blu that I think deserves not just a Blu-ray release, it deserves a special collector's edition. If you have not seen this film, I strongly recommend it. Dennis Christopher is amazing in Fade to Black. Blood Beach, isn't Blood Beach getting a Blu-ray? The Keep would definitely be a miracle to get it. But I think one of these days, I think slowly but surely, a lot of this stuff we're going to see come out. Oh, this one here? I don't think this one got a... Blood Beach may have lived one. Fade to Black is this is one of my favorite films of all time. I remember watching this one, and I don't think this... I'm not sure if the other one that I watched around the same time got a Blu-ray release or not. I'm going to throw it out to you guys, see if anybody knows. But it's a Rod Steiger film called How to Never Treat a Lady, How to Treat a Lady. Oh God, what's it called? Rod Steiger played a serial killer in it. And I watched it I double featured it with this film here on VHS, by the way. One of you guys are probably going to have that up before I actually get here. Crime Wave. I think that Crime Wave does. I think it has a blue. I think that Shout Factory put it out. But I'm pretty sure that they did actually. No Way to Treat a Lady. Anyway, Rod Steiger's No Way to Treat a Lady. I don't think that is a Blu-ray release either, but if you've seen Fade to Black, No Way to Treat a Lady is actually, oddly enough, a really good combination with it. No, yeah, I don't think... No, Fade to Black is... This is one of the ones that's been on a lot of people's want list, 13 Wolfman, for like a long time. And of course, this one here just has like a theatrical trailer. There's nothing else on it. You get like a little booklet in here, kind of like just a miniature booklet. Unholy Rollers was showing a DVD and Shout. Fade to Black, Vinegar Syndrome. Oh man, that I would... If this was the Vinegar Syndrome would do a major coup for getting this film here. If you're a cinephile, this film, it's going to mean a lot to you when you watch it. Dennis Christopher is so good in this. If it's streamed on Amazon, watch it, guys. Definitely check it out. It's only going to be like the regular, standard definition, but that's all I got right now. That's all anybody has. But really, really check it out. It's a great film. This next two, I'm not sure if any of them got Blu-ray releases. One of them might. I think one of them does, but I don't have a Blu-ray of it, so we're going to use it. Got the double feature, Fade to Black with the Hell Knight. Okay, yeah, that's what I remember when they put. That's the Anchor Bay one, right? I just looked into this one a while back, and I was so excited. That's great, but I think Vinegar Syndrome put it. That sounds like a Vinegar Syndrome type title, actually. Does this one have a Blu-ray now? See, I knew it was Anchor Bay for that one. The Night Flyer. A lot of people don't like this one, but I kind of dig it. I like Miguel Ferrer, and I thought it was like a cool Stephen King one. I'm not sure if this ever got a Blu-ray release. Maybe it did, but I think it needs a nice collector's one. Yeah, it did come out a lot. Fade to Black one was they used to come out a lot, but then all of a sudden it just disappeared and you couldn't get it anymore. And then it took me a while to hunt down the DVD, actually. But is Night Flyer on Blu-ray? Does anybody know this? It's one that I think deserves... I think this would be awesome for Scream Factory. Or Arrow Video to put like a really cool collector's edition of this. And I would definitely watch it. I would buy it. It's a fun... Especially right now, Stephen King's hot. It came out it's a perfect time to go back and get into this one. Graveyard Shift is another one that I don't think is on Blu-ray. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think Graveyard Shift is a Blu-ray release either, and definitely needs it. It's it's worthy of an upgrade. If movies like of Unknown Origins can have an upgrade, I'm sure Graveyard Shift can as well. Yeah. Oh, so he did. And the actress went nowhere. It's sad. But sometimes, maybe not going anywhere, she went and did something else that it was even more amazing. So here's one that I'm pretty sure has a Blu-ray release, but I think, Action Jackman, that it deserves a new one and it deserves one of its own. It deserves a collector's edition, a really big one, a really cool one, or a really, really big one. And that is the Stepford Wives. And the reason I want to talk about Stepford Wives, Saturday the 14th, is that there were sequels, all of which I've seen. There were the Stepford Husbands, I think was the second one, with Don Johnson, if I'm correct. And the third one was the Stepford Children, which had Lori Loughlin, and I'm pretty sure that was a movie of the week. One that I saw several times when I was growing up. So I kind of want a Stepford collection. I would love, of course, it was a horrible remake that I really didn't. Does Paramount own Stepford Wives? I'm not sure. This is an Anchor Bay release. So I'm not sure what's an early release from Anchor Bay. So as you can see, it's got a neat little Hedy Wallace in it. Stepford Wives is fantastic. I mean, I think it's highly underrated. And went for VHS that need to be upgraded to blue. That's a good idea, actually, Isaac. And I will do that one in the future. VHS need to be upgraded to blue. I got to do a little bit of research on it though. But if you have not checked this out, and there's like a really haunting scene, kind of a spoiler for the film, but that always creeped me out as a kid. It really, really did. She plays Tina Louise's maid Nettie. I actually kind of want to. It's late at night, so I want to watch this, but I'm not going to get to watch it now. How it's made, yeah. And who doesn't love Dee Wallace? She's like a sweetheart, right? So a Stepford, not just Stepford Wives on Blu-ray, but I want a Stepford collection. I want to see a Blu-ray collector's edition. You did it with Critters, guys. Stepford Wives was definitely up there with Critters. So I'm sure you guys can do the Stepford collection. Would you guys buy it? I would definitely buy it with Stepford Wives, the Stepford Husbands, I think it was called. And, oh, really? And the Stepford, and of course the Stepford Children, or I think the third one was called, with Lori Loughlin. I had a really big crush on Lori Loughlin from a soap opera that used to come on called Edge of Night. They weren't all TV movies. I don't think the second one was with Don Johnson. I can't be sure. It may have been like a cable movie, but the third one was actually I think was like an NBC movie of the week. So that one would be, but I don't think it would be could be that hard really to get the rights to something like that. It's something that's really underrepresented. Something that's really underrepresented, especially when it comes to Blu-ray. You can see them getting like some DVD releases, but there's a lot of there's still a lot of TV horror, and there's like a gold mine in some of the earlier 70s and early 80s TV horror stuff. Prophecy definitely needs a release on Blu-ray. So does, of course, and I think, is it getting a release? When you said Prophecy, that made me think of the No Way to Treat a Lady. Thank you. Actually, I was just talking about that one. Author wrote the screenplay for Stepford Wives. So here I was talking about No Way to Treat a Lady earlier on when I mentioned Fade to Black. If you have not seen No Way to Treat a Lady, Rod Steiger is amazing in that film. Rod Steiger is an amazing actor anyway. But definitely it's one to look forward to check out. It's one that really, really stuck with me. And I definitely think that it needs a Blu-ray release. It needs a good release. There's a lot of... Do you guys have any movies here? It's 4 o'clock in the morning here. So this is going to be one of my short videos again. And I apologize for having to leave earlier. But that's the thing. You never know, Isaac, until you really go through... Revenge of Stepford Wives. Thank you. Stepford Children. Stepford Husbands was in '96. So Revenge of Stepford Wives is the one with Don Johnson, though, right? I'm pretty sure it is. There's so much good there in TV horror, though. So much that has yet to be mined. Home for the Holidays, for instance, it's not horror, but it's like it's kind of a Thanksgiving horror type one. That definitely needs a better release than being on a 25 pack, that's for sure. And I would love to see like some of this stuff upgraded to like some really decent stuff. Porky's Revenge released on Blu-ray here for the first time ever. I remember Porky's Revenge. I saw all the Porky's movies. I'm from Canada, and as you can probably tell by my accent, but I've seen all the Porky's movies. Ronald, actually, I was talking about Bad Ronald, Tim, with Ken, who's on here a lot too as well. He said Bad Ronald's getting released, and I'm like, yes, it is, and good film. But I am from Canada, and anybody that's here from Canada that's at least around my age or like maybe even 10 years younger will remember Scream TV. It's about freaking you out, and oh, sharing glass, I know it. Scream TV used to show Bad Ronald over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Are You in the House Alone? Definitely needs a release. So does He Knows You're Alone with Tom Hanks was that one. Seven is both screwballs out on Blu-ray, but Shout Factory TV are streaming them. Scream TV, a horror host show. Scream TV was they had horror hosts in the beginning. There was Ido Balcom. Balcom was on there. He's a horror author that was one of the horror hosts on Scream TV. Scream TV was a TV channel that came about when satellite was big. They did like a bunch of them. They did Scream TV, they did Drive-In, they did sex television. Not horror, but American Samurai. Oh, it doesn't have to be horror, man. With David Bradley and Mark Dacascos. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that King of the Kickboxer films. They definitely belong on Blu-ray. That was the foreign films not released. There's some amazing things, Isaac, that just haven't been released yet. And we're just lucky to have like places like Criterion and BFI, like that kind of mine some of that stuff. So we get to see some stuff that never got released. Well, and we're very lucky to have Scorsese doing the world cinema releases. I do really recommend those. Body Count. Oh my God, I'd almost forgot about Body Count. All right. That must be a sign. I just disconnected, and I hope you guys can hear me right now. I think I'm reconnected. And I do want to thank you guys all for joining me because I'm having a blast, and I really hate to go, but I'm more than buffered, Tim. I just totally lost like a connection there for a second. And I'm having a blast talking to you guys tonight. I really like talking about this stuff. Another State of Mind needs to release. Toolbox Murders. So Toolbox Murders does have Blu-ray release, actually. I got it on Blu-ray, I think. But I need the... or do you mean like the sequel? Like the remake? I think I got Toolbox Murders on Blu-ray. I'm sure I do. I think it's from Blue Underground. Blue Underground did a Blu-ray of Toolbox Murders. I'm really looking forward to Stand Now. And Body Count, yeah, it went out, like just as I was saying, Body Count. Body Count has this horrible, horrible cover. It's like the worst, like one of the worst VHS covers I've ever seen. But it's a fun little film. And with that, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, I'm hoping I'm going to be on here on Saturday. And maybe I'll do the Werewolf episode then, because I do want to do the Werewolf episode coming up soon. 13th Wolfman, hopefully you can be around when I do the Werewolf episode. Ashley Jackman, all you guys that came here, Isaac, Jesse, that's just on the beach in Conquest. I have a t-shirt for Conquest. I don't know if you've ever seen my videos, but I actually do have the Conquest t-shirt. Tim, everybody there, thank you so much for coming tonight. And have a fantastic evening, and I will see you guys soon here in the movie library. Hey, Rob, and thank you so much for